Hello everyone, welcome back to Urban Rush. We're going to tell you about a great resource if you want to green up your life a little bit.
It is called happyfrog.ca, and joining us now to tell us more are Christy and Dave. How are you?
Hi you guys, how are you?
Now the first question is, everybody keeps on seeing the frog as a symbol of things that are good for the environment. Maybe you can explain why that's the logo and the theme for you guys.
Sure. Well, the frog is an indicator species. So if you have an environment that's not doing very well, the frogs are the first one to go. So, you know, if you have exactly. But if you have a happy environment, then you have a happy frog. So that's
Very
cool.
nice.
Plus, who doesn't like frogs,
Exactly.
right?
I know, they're
so
kind of
cute.
cute and fun. Explain the concept of the site to us, if you will.
Well, it really started as a directory of green businesses and organizations around BC, and especially here in Vancouver, and a way that businesses can come and make a listing. But it's really grown beyond that, where it's become a community where there's lots of people contributing reviews, ratings, blog posts, all sorts of social media kind of stuff like that.
Questions, you know,
and
like
the questions
people
and
have so many
Q&A are
questions
really
about
popular.
things.
And so someone who might be intimidated to find out some of this stuff, they have a place where they can put up the question, and the whole community of experts comes up with answers.
Now we should explain that we're not getting drunk here with these beers beside us. Maybe you can explain
Dave and I have been trying to get him to drink with
the question and the answer that came about with this beer. Sure.
Well, in the early days at Happy Frog, one of our first questions was posted. Someone's had a food allergy, sensitivity to gluten. They're looking for gluten-free beer. And as a beer enthusiast, I was like, took it upon as a personal mission.
I must find gluten-free beer.
I do what I can. I'm dedicated. And so I was up at the fancy BC Signature Liquor Store at Park Royal up there in West Van. And sure enough, I came across a gluten-free beer. Now, it's not cheap, but I thought I'd be diligent and buy a six-pack to test it. And I got out my crappy camera phone and took a picture of it, went and answered the question. Then someone else chimed in with a link to the BC Liquor Store. This is where we get eco now, with all the different locations that had it. But it's just one of those things that you put a question out and you have this whole huge team of resources.
And it's about finding things locally, which is great.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the 100-mile diet you were saying.
Exactly. It's the 100-mile economic diet. So there's a section you can punch in your postal code, and you can find out everything that you need to find right there in your neighborhood.
Well, and Christy, that eliminates a huge part of, I think, the demotivating factor of people trying to change their lifestyle is it's tough to source it. It's tough to find all these things.
Exactly. And we're lucky. BC, Vancouver, Victoria, lots and lots of businesses and organizations who are pulling together for this. So
will this cover everything? Like, if you put in your postal code, it'll show you grocery stores and
it could, or you can, we've got 30 different categories from, home and garden, fashion and beauty, green building, all these things.
Maybe you can explain how latex mattresses came into the mix. You want to handle
We
that
all
one,
want to
Dave?
know that. I was looking for a mattress. I called this lovely lady who imports them, and latex is a naturally occurring sustainable thing from trees, and she came down on Sunday to a showroom and showed me these mattresses, and they're absolutely glorious. I laid down on them and
Comfy?
Oh yeah, fantastic. And they're hypoallergenic. They last for 30 years. They stay out of the landfill. There's no
Really?
springs. I learned all about them, right? And then I learned the price, and I was like, well, maybe a bit much for me, more for the West Van folks, perhaps.
Yes, who are drinking the $20
drinking the
packs.
gluten-free beer on their latex mattresses.
But I wrote up I thought, well, what can I do to help? So I wrote up a blog post all about all this information I learned, and now it's a great source of traffic, and lots of people from all around Canada are now contacting this woman who's
That's
got this little
great.
business, and it's just her starting it on her own.
really
And it's
Cool.
great that you guys are promoting local businesses like that, and people can actually find out about them, because that's really the first step for a lot of people is, where do I get this stuff?
Yeah, and it's so hard for a lot of these businesses. People who start their businesses with great intentions. They want to change the world. They want to be green. They want to help out all these consumers, but they don't necessarily have a marketing degree, don't know all about the interwebs and all that confusing Web 2.0 stuff, and it can be expensive. And so I think we both really enjoy seeing these businesses succeed, and people telling us like, wow, my business doing solar-powered web hosting on Salt Spring Island is getting tons of referrals. And we're like,
Very cool. Do you guys vet
yeah.
all the stores and everything? I mean, when they're suggested to you or they apply, do you guys have a process that you go through to make sure that they fit with Happy Frog?
Yeah, we have on our website, we have an Are You Green Enough criteria, and we're actually pretty broad. We want to include people who are even just starting to take the steps towards being more green. But yeah, we do make sure that everything that's posted on there is valid. Yeah. And then, we encourage the community to jump on
review.
and
nice.
And that's what really fortifies it, is those reviews, and really let the community sort it out, rather than us being the high council of, we will give you our stamp of greenitude.
Exactly.
You were approved to move along.
Oh yeah. Oh, word of mouth is huge.
Yeah.
What are some of the popular businesses, aside from beer and latex mattresses? That just sounds weird.
Yeah, well, food and beverage is a big
Yeah.
one.
People finding
Definitely.
cafes,
Yeah, organic cafes, fashion as well. I mean, we
lots of great local designers
Yeah.
making recycled
Green-
clothes
yeah.
and all sorts of things.
Green building is huge. Everyone's trying to do, whether they're remodeling their home or whether they're building new homes.
People don't know where to get the stuff to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're all here. I mean, it's
Because I'm telling you, nothing against them, but Home Depot, not a lot of the, you know what I mean?
No,
But
exactly.
I mean, if there was an option out there, and I guess this what it is for people is if you present them the option, most people will really choose
Absolutely.
to pursue a greener alternative.
And it's just a matter of making it more convenient for them and giving them the educational resources like the events. You want to learn about green building? Here's someone doing a workshop on it. Get to know each other. We'll just stand back and watch.
You guys
Man,
are
you guys
making
have it covered. I love
saving
it.
the environment easy.
It is.
happyfrog.ca is the
Love it.
website where you can find all the local businesses and such, and you can even put your reviews and your opinions online.
Yeah, someone told us something very wise the other day, actually. They said, when you're making these changes in your life, don't use other people as your reference point. Use yourself as a reference point, and every step you make will be progress.
Listen to you.
Wow, the manifesto.
Wow.
His
Listen
Holiness
to you. Wow,
right here.
green on us. We're going to take a break, and when we return, if you missed the beginning of the show,
You won't understand that.
don't worry about it. He's just being a Neanderthal. Adeline will be performing right after this. Stay tuned.
Wow. Where did preaching preachers?
Sure about that smile.